Hey everyone, it's Brody at Everything Board Games. Copper Frog Games sent me Pigment, so let's get it to the table. Pigment is a worker placer game with a module board, which you have these cards that will shift and change, and you are a painter in the Renaissance, and you're trying to make some paintings by gathering some pigments. Here you have blue, yellow, and red, which are the colors of that time. Blue being the very rare one, which you will see as the paintings come out, why that is. And you are playing to be able to make some wonderful paintings here. Now, this is a game for 1 to 3 players, and if you're playing with 1 to 3 players, then, or if you're playing with 3 players, then you'll have the board set up from 0 to 5. If you're playing with a 2-player game, you will take the 0 out and you'll play 1 to 5. You will lay out 3 subject cards up at the top, and everyone will take their playing meeples. We'll play a 2-player here. And what you're going to do is the first player will place their meeple on one of these cards and gain its ability. And so this guy, say, will go there. He will gain a blue pigment. This one will go here. He's going to gain a red and a yellow. And once you have enough pigment, you can place your meeple up to paint. But you can only do that if you have enough. As you see, they don't have enough right now. This guy's going to go take a yellow, and this guy is going to go take a red. So after you've placed them all, then you're going to take your meeples back. Then the first player will go to the other player to start the round. This little card on the very end will drop off. So these will scoot down, and then you will get a new card. These new cards, rather from these different from the starting cards, they have both sides, so you can, when you play on them, you can gain this ability or this one. They all come out different, and so you need to know kind of how the cards lay out so you can be strategic in where you go. So, for example, this guy is just going to do this. This guy says, well, I'm going to gain another blue. Now, this guy has enough now to get one of the paintings, and so when he comes up here, he can place all of his pigment on there. This guy, say, I'll show you how this works. He'll spend a yellow and gain a blue. Might not be the best move, but that's kind of how it works. Anyways, after you place them, if you've bought a painting, you will pay your pigment. Everyone's going to take their meeples back, and he's going to flip over this card, and it's going to be in his piles of paintings. Whenever you get one of these cards, you have a new ability. This one says you may place one of your meeples here to gain a red and a yellow. So this card is going to be a card that he can play on to get a red and a yellow. Now, this ability is only in effect as it's the top card. Once he gets another card, he'll place it on top, and he won't have that ability anymore. So now the painting subjects require 1 less blue to paint. And so now he might go for something that has a blue where, this one he'll need 3 yellows, or this one just a blue and a yellow. It's 1 blue less. And players will be competing against each other to paint these paintings, and the first one to paint 6 of them will win. And it usually will come down to the very last painting, and so it's not usually a very far reach from each other. It usually comes down to the wire to see who wins. Now, this is a great worker placement game that it just works so well. You need to make the best decision to get all your pigments, and you need to place your meeple on the ones that maybe your opponent needs as well to kind of block them. I like that you will get new abilities and they cover up the old ones, and every player needs to be aware what ability everyone has, because some of them, like this one, says when an opponent gains 2 of any colors or more with their meeple, then you get to gain a red. Well, if your opponent has this card, you don't want to try to get 2 pigments at the same time, because they're going to get an extra one and put them in the lead over you. And so I like how you're looking to see what everyone else has to balance the game. The game is really quick. It's a small box game, and the theme is just awesome with the paintings and the pigment. It just all makes sense. Again, this is Pigment from Copper Frog Games. If you like what you see, then go buy it.